What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden NFL 21 Raider franchise for the Las Vegas Raiders. It has been a minute since we posted. We won the Super Bowl at the end of season 2, and we did the off season for season 3. Wait a minute, before I get into all that, make sure you like and subscribe and join us on our journey. We're trying to get to 1,000 likes. We'd like for you to be a part of it. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe and the notification bell. Okay, so we finished the 2021 season going into 2022 and just had a bunch of recording issues. Just multiple things. We had some weird stuff happen during the draft where the game picked my first pick for me, and we also, anyway, and then the recording kept jumping in and out, and so I don't know what's going on with my recording that is doing all of that. But I've played a few games into this season, and then I went back to do this recording and I realized I didn't have the footage I thought that I had. So that means that we're going to have to do a draft review in an unconventional kind of way, and then also do a preseason review right before we do this game 1. So with no further ado, let's take a look at the draft picks. We only had 5 draft picks. We traded our last 2 draft picks for more picks for next year, and so there's only 5 players to kind of go through here. So let's go ahead and go through them. So the first one is we drafted Randy Nugent, and he's just a punter. He wasn't the first. He wasn't first pick, whatever. He didn't go in the first round for us, but we did need a punter. We didn't have a punter at all. And so we picked up Randy Nugent. He's decent, you know. He turned out being, a 93 kick power. Actually, he's gained a little bit through the preseason, but pretty good for kick power. And with the punter, all you need is kick power and really kick accuracy. So we need to go up a little bit for him to be good. So there it is. There's Randy Nugent, and then our other guy that we got is Niles Derby. Now this guy, the defensive tackle, now this was a pretty good pick for us. We picked him in the 2nd round, I believe. No, we got him in the 3rd round. And we were low on defensive line help, and even though our defense played really well at the end of the last season, we really wanted to jump in and get some help on the front line, especially since some of those really good guys are going to be retiring or probably leaving the team in some way very soon. So Niles Derby was a good pick for us. You see he was ranked he's ranked currently number 64 in the league, again, for where we are, and based on where we're at, we really don't need Derby a ton. But it's good that he's in the game and making moves. We see he needs help on the power moves there, and so he looks like he wants to be a speed tackle, but defensive tackle, he needs to have some strength. So he's got some work to do, if we're honest. And so hopefully we're going to develop him. Philip Carey, fellow Auburn Tiger, he is a pickup for us as well. You can see Philip, he's a center. Again, same thing. Our offensive line is really strong, but getting older, and we needed to find a way to get some depth at the on the offensive line. So pick up Philip Carey, 88 strength, 77 pass block, which is pretty good for a rookie. And I believe we picked him up in the 2nd round. So it was a move that we're gonna talk about here in just a minute. I believe Carey was our 2nd round pick, and then the defensive tackle was our 3rd round pick, and then the punter was our I think it's our 5th or 6th round, something like that. And so the last and really the pick from number 1 in the 1st round rather is Jerron Stamper. We picked up another cornerback. We really want to develop these corners. Now I hesitated to get this guy because he's 5'11", and I was looking for a 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2" guy. And so, I hesitated with him, but he started out, he looked good on paper, and so we went ahead and got him. It was hard to pass up on him. He's got 90 speed. He may end up being some trade bait later on if we can get him high enough. I want faster cornerbacks than 90, especially since we're over here with Tyreek Hill and all those really fast running backs. Receivers. So he may be trade bait at some point, but he's coming along as well and has played pretty good for us. Again, I don't want to get into too much of what the season and what's going on in the season now. So there's Stamper doing his thing right there and making it happen. And there you go. That is the rookie class for 2021. So now let's take a look at the preseason real quick and see, give a quick review of what we saw in the preseason. Okay, so here we are in the preseason. We've got our 4 games. We played the Packers, the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Giants. We really played these guys. And like, I didn't even play Josh Jacobs at all in the preseason. We wanted to see what Colin Kaepernick was going to look like since we picked up Kaepernick in the offseason and all of that. And so, yeah, so you know, these games aren't really reflective. We put a lot of the rookies in for a lot of the time, and actually the team struggled. You know, we could see we lost, we won 37, but we lost 38-28, and that wasn't nearly as close as that. We scored it in the last second, but it was bad up front. And then the Ravens, we beat them, but again, the first team didn't look good at all. But again, we didn't have our main guys, and then we lost to Derek Carr's Giants, even though Derek Carr wasn't in the game. So the offseason was okay for us, man. We just, you know, I didn't walk into the season feeling like anybody was just really standing out, kind of how we did in the first season when we had Bryan Edwards. And we just like, man, he just seemed like he was better than his rating, and he ended up actually being really good for us. There was nobody like that really in the preseason, and so that wrapped up our preseason, and so that was the end of that. And then we went on and got into the season, and we basically put the pressure on ourselves. We expect to get to the playoffs. I mean, if you're the Super Bowl champs, then yes, you expect to get to the playoffs. That'll bring you up to speed for where we are at the moment. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the team for the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022 season. We had Clifton Sabin right there at the beginning. We have Josh Jacobs and Sony Michel at running back, and we had Alex Ingold at the fullback. But here we go ahead and put Bryan Edwards back at the top, even though they had him in the slot. Henry Ruggs, Bryan Edwards, Henry Renfro, Chris Conley comes in at the 4 right there. And then we got Foster Moreau, who's leading, even though Olsen has a little bit better than him. And we put in John Simpson after we lost Colton Miller, which kind of was a big loss for us, I think. We're hoping to kind of bring him along, and he decided to move on. Andrew Norwell was a pickup from last year, I believe, through a trade. And then we've got our anchor, Rodney Hudson, holding down the middle at the center. And then Gabe Jackson, who is often injured. And then Mitchell Schwartz, who we picked up in the offseason. And so the line looks pretty good. Looks like we're gonna make a move here as we try to set the roster. Go ahead and put the rookie Philip Casey in. Even though he's a center, we want to try to get him in the game, so we put him in at the left tackle to see maybe he can do something. Max Crosby on the left end there, and then Cleveland Farrell on the right end, although I suspect there's going to be a change there as well. He's not always going to line up on the right end in every formation. There's Von Miller. Can't believe we picked up that dude, but he's on the left side linebacker. Brent Cantrell and McMillan has moved to middle to the Mike position, and then Corey Littleton, who is not talked about a lot but is probably one of our better linebackers. And here we see Bonds, and we're gonna try and decide here whether to move Stamper up just to get him some reps, but it looks like Mullen's just a better player, and that man coverage, you just can't sacrifice that on the corner, especially in this conference with these guys, with Kansas City and the Chargers. They're just, receivers are just good. Demarius Randall at safety, free safety, and then Kareem Jackson, although Mills is a great player in the off season. Patrick Mahomes, this is a team we're up against real quick. Patrick Mahomes, nothing really changed here. We see Edwards-Helaire, and then we see Tyreek Hill and Hardeman, which 99 and 97 speed, man. That's just nightmares. And then even Sammy Watkins at 91. I mean, but 97, 95, that's nuts. Kelsey was there, and then kind of looking really quickly at the line. And the line looks okay, but we might be able to exploit some holes in that line to get into Mahomes, which is the only way to stop him. Just keep him holding the ball. Chris Jones up the middle for them. So it looks like they're stout up the middle. And you can take a look at these and slow these down if you want to. Here's the middle linebacker. They're okay there, you know, so their defense isn't scary, and so we feel like we could probably do something against them. Okay, so we have gone through a lot of preview stuff, and they got a strong safety. That's nice. So Flo Joe, let's go ahead and kick the music. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 3. The year is 2022, and this is our third season with the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are starting it out against the Kansas City Chiefs. Rivalry game to boot to start, and it is going to be crazy this season. We just won the Super Bowl last year. And man, we just, we're looking to do something new and different this year. Talk to the squad and see what their plans are. How do they plan to try to repeat? There hasn't been a repeat champion in the NFL for quite some time. Real quick on that screen, you saw Patrick Mahomes. He's basically like 99s all the way across. I don't even know how you even deal with that guy. But this is the beginning, man. And so we're jumping right on in to the game, and we see that we already jumped in to get the stop on the first run. And really the story of the offseason has been the pickup of Von Miller. And speaking of Von Miller, there he is already on the second play of the season, getting his first sack, and maybe that's going to be a foreshadow of many things to come. We're super excited about Von Miller, who was last year's Defensive Player of the Year. Although he is tailing off and he's toward the end of his career, we're able to get him and just see how much left he has in the tank, as it were. But yeah, it's been the defense, and there it is again. There's another sack, and that's Corey Littleton this time. And it's been the defense. Last year, the defense stepped up in a big way, and the corners and the front seven were playing very well, getting good pressure, but also playing the pass relatively good, mostly doing a sort of pass don't break defense where we were allowing catches up front, but not allowing big deep plays unless they called us on a big run after catch. And so maybe this year we're hoping maybe to do something similar. So we tried to fortify. I believe the Raiders tried to fortify the defensive line. The defense altogether. We added Von Miller, added some help on the defensive tackle through the draft. Did a couple things. Added a Stamper, which is the rookie cornerback. And so the defense is looking to stay in. Oh, that's going to be the first pass of the season, and it's an interception thrown by Clifton Sabin, who I don't know if that. So we get the second play of the game. We get the sack, which we hope is more. We get more of that, but the first play of the game, we throw an interception, and that can't be good. You really can't do that against this team. Here's the young running back in his third year, Edwards-Helaire, for the Chiefs, jumping in here and getting it done. But anyway, so fun stuff, man. I hope you guys stick around and join us. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I know this episode is going to be a little bit longer than normal, but we had to try to figure out how to do that stuff in the upfront. So hopefully you appreciate that and enjoy that. And maybe if you stick around a little bit, you know, you can watch the game or fast forward, or, you know, get to the parts that you like or what have you. But afterwards, we're going to do the preview for next week, and that'll be pretty quick too. So if you want to stick around for that, then feel free to. I think next week we have the Denver Broncos. Maybe we'll put Colin Kaepernick in the place to face his old team. Maybe that'll be what happens. Who knows? So let's just jump into this game. So it's got about 3 minutes and a half. Nothing really major has happened. Score still 0-0, and a bunch of defense. You know, we got some 3 and outs, or at least some very short drives, and then we got the interception. The Raiders have the ball for the second time. It looks like he almost threw a second interception, and so Sabin is going to have to get it together if he wants to stick around, because this is not how we do things. 3rd and 11. Looking at this play, maybe hoping to get Moreau or Renfro deep. Renfro, it's open deep, and he does get the catch, but the ball is knocked out of his hands, and so that's another punt by the Vegas Raiders. The offense is stalled, and Tyreek Hill tries to return it but doesn't get very far. 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line, on the Chiefs 41, as they bring Mahomes out to see if they can get down and score. So far, the flash plays have been a couple. I think we've had 3 sacks on Mahomes early in this game. One by the new addition, Defensive Player of the Year, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller, and a couple by some others. So very good. Mahomes is up to see what we're going to do with him, and that's a pass and dropped. Raider defense is sticking with the receiver so far. Tyreek Hill still, and that's another sack, this time by Max Crosby, and that's 4 sacks by 4 different Raiders, and that is exactly how they want to play. Pressure coming from multiple sides. The Raider defense is so fast. They've got a fast guy on the edge. Both of those guys on the actually, Von Miller is not that fast, and that's another sack. This time the rookie cornerback Stamper comes in and gets it, and that's about 5 or 6 sacks. I don't lost count how many sacks that is right here in this first half. And it's 4th and 28, and Mahomes is just having a tough time getting that ball gone. I think they wanted to do a screen there, and the defense was just too fast and wasn't allowing the pass to get out. So another punt. And the Raiders take over, and Josh Jacobs, who we haven't heard a whole bunch of. Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing yards last year, but not quite the MVP sort of season that he had in his first year, but a solid sort of just a reliable offensive option most of the time. He got injured a few times in that game, in games last year, so that's why we brought in Sony Michel to kind of back him up. But yeah, we're getting that done. Jacobs with the push off, and there's a flag on this play. Hopefully that is nope, that's going to be a holding call. So the first quarter is about to end with the score 0-0, Las Vegas and Kansas City. 6 seconds left. Are we going to get a playoff in this? We do. And that's going over the middle to Henry Ruggs with his first catch of the season for a, what's that, a 32? Yeah, 32-yard reception. He does a little dance. Henry Ruggs came on strong the second half of last season, and we expect to see lots of really great things from here. And that's a nice run, but the flag is probably going to pull it back. That's another holding by the offensive line for the Raiders. And so 1st and 19, and that's a fake run pass to Henry Ruggs, who's open, gets about 8 or 9 yards on that play, gets 10 yards on that play. So 2nd and 9. Raiders have about 17 yards to go before they get to pay dirt, and that's a pass to Henry Ruggs in the corner, and that is a touchdown. Let's go. First touchdown of the season by Henry Ruggs finds a way to get in, and Sabin shakes off the first interception of the year, throws his first touchdown of the year, and hopefully that settles the young man down. Hopefully he got the interception over with, you know what I mean? It's gotta feel pretty good to come back and do that. So the Raiders 7-0 in this game against the Kansas City Chiefs. The word around town with the Raiders is basically all about the new additions. They're all about people are excited about Stanford, who already comes in with the sack, and they're excited about Miller. But also last year we had two big defensive pickups in the draft as well. We picked up Cantrell, who had a nice game in the Super Bowl, and maybe that means that he's going to come up and start to, really, there he is on the play actually right there with the tackle. Means that he's going to come up and be a little bit more important to the defense, or at least make some more plays. We didn't say his name very often, but we did in the Super Bowl. And then, of course, we had Alex Bond, who was the defensive rookie of the year. He was the cornerback. So we have two young corners, a young middle linebacker, and a couple veterans. I guess one veteran, and then we've got a couple. I don't know if they're young, but what's the difference between young and they're not rookies, but they're like 3 or 4 years into the game and learning. And so McMillan and those guys are good. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the defense. I want to see if we can get a shutout or two this year. Feels like we should be able to get some good pressure on the quarterbacks. Feels like it. Now, Von Miller is not the fastest guy. So he's going to, the sort of weakness is if he's in the game, then we're a little less strong on the run. And Hilaire just shakes off Cantrell's tackle, and Von Miller was just standing still. I want you guys to go back and hit replay on that. And I want you to look at Von Miller. He's on the right-hand side of the screen. He's supposed to come in and pursue that runner. I'm not controlling him. He takes 2 steps and stops and stands completely still. I don't know why he did that. Just stand still. And Hilaire's able to run up the middle. I believe that Von Miller could have been disruptive on that play had he ran in, but he didn't. He just stood there. And that wasn't cool, man. Sabin throws the ball away there, and I think we want to try to do that a little bit more this year as well. Go ahead and throw the ball away if we don't have a good have a good play there. Bryan Edwards is there to make the catch. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Sabin looking at Josh Jacobs. Josh is looking for a block, doesn't get it from the fullback, almost cuts it inside, and if he was just a little bit quicker, he might have been able to get away from that guy and get a bigger gain. Jacobs again breaks the tackle, and gets enough for the first down. 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line, the Raider 45. Henry Ruggs with the catch, gets the first and a little bit more, about 14-yard gain on that play. 1st and 10 is the second quarter, heading to the 2-minute warning. Looks like Henry Ruggs kind of has a wide open one-on-one matchup on the left-hand side. Let's see if we try to exploit that. We don't. We go straight underneath. Ooh, and that's a run over by Greg Olsen. Just completely bulldozes whoever that is. I don't know who that dude was, but he got smashed. 1st and 10. Sabin looking. Tries to get free, throws the ball away again. John Gruden talked a lot about that as we were visiting with preseason, learning when to throw the ball away, not to take the sack, not to throw the interception. Throws the ball over to Ruggs, who gets a cut to the left-hand sideline and is on the 3-yard line. And that's a big gain that puts the Raiders in scoring position. Josh Jacobs has got to run this thing in, right? Jacobs up the middle. Doesn't. He gets stopped on the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. 1 minute 28 seconds left, and Josh Jacobs has popped into the end zone for the second touchdown of this game for the Raiders. 14-7 on our way to 14-7. We do have to make this field goal kick, but Josh Jacobs does get into pay dirt, and so that is 1 touchdown for him, 1 touchdown for Henry Ruggs. Although we haven't seen Jacobs really break loose yet, it'd be nice to see him get something going. With this team, with the Chiefs, man, you can't leave points on the field. You know, you gotta. Feels like you have to score every time you're out there. Although we were able to keep them scoreless in the first quarter. Still, man, these guys, you got these dudes who are so quick. Between the running back, between Tyreek Hill and Hardeman, man, they can catch and go at any moment. At any moment. 3rd and 3. Raiders, let's see if we can get in for the sack. We don't get, oh, maybe. And the pressure, that's a pressure play for Von Miller, who's in the face of Mahomes. Now, Von Miller comes from the Denver Broncos, and so he also is used to this Kansas City team, and that may be helping us because he knows that if he can get into Mahomes' face, maybe he can disrupt that pass. That's 4th and 3, and there's a punt. Raiders take over on the 31-yard line. Under a minute left in the first half. Sabin looking to pass. Throws up. Finds Henry Ruggs. So that makes I hit the wrong button. I should have hit catch and run, and I accidentally hit the spectacular catch. Caused him to jump up to catch that. The ball, he didn't need to jump. He could have just caught it and kept running. It might have cost us a touchdown. 2nd and 2. Sabin looking over the middle. No one's open. He runs left. There's a flag on the play, probably a holding. And that's going to come back. Yep, that's going to come back. 2nd and 12 with 34 seconds left on the 35-yard line. We need about 5 or 10 yards to be in field goal range here. Josh Jacobs. You may be able to hit Jacobs. Yeah, Jacobs gets the pass and catch, and that's a nice audible at the line by the rookie, reading the defense and finding the open slot. So we're definitely in field goal range. No timeouts left with 29 seconds left in the half. Sabin looking and throws the ball away just in time, right after getting thrown to the ground by the Raider defense, and so by the Chief defense. And so we come in with the young kicker, 2nd-year kicker, comes in and does get the field goal, and that makes the score 17-7. Raiders going into the halftime. A good start, actually a good start to the half, a bad start to the game. We had a good start on defense, but a bad start on offense, but we're able to overcome that and get that done. This is the early game, I believe, and so this is the Thursday night game, and so the rest of the teams has not played yet, and so you can see a lot of the matchups here. The Raiders, looking at our schedule, it's not listed here, but I'm gonna talk about it right here for a second. Right out the gate, we have to play against our conference teams right up. So I believe it's the Chiefs, and then it's the Broncos, and I believe we play the Chiefs again in week 3, and then we play the Chargers. So I know that, I think it's that order, but the first 4 or 5 weeks, or 4, 5, 6 weeks, are all AFC West, our conference opponents. These games are going to matter super early because these are games that will be tiebreakers in various ways that we could try to get into the playoffs within our division. And so we've got to start out strong. Yeah, we got to do it. 1st down and 10 as we get into the second half here. Jacobs gets the ball, runs up the middle, is part of the formula. A lot of running happens typically in the second half for the Raiders. Let's see what we got here. At the 27-yard line. Jacobs with a nice block. Oh, sheds the tackle. Can he get around him? He doesn't, but he does still get the 1st down and quite a bit more. That is doesn't say how many yards that was. It looked like about 17-yard run on that play. First down and 10 though, as the Raiders move the chains. Nice breaking and tackle there, and the air truck, as it were. First and 10 on the 41-yard line, and Josh Jacobs up the middle almost broke it to the outside. Man, if we could have got out to the right, might have made a big yard. Could have been a potential touchdown, although Josh Jacobs is always caught from behind. So maybe, who knows. And a play action pass over the middle. They find Henry Ruggs, and Henry Ruggs that's his third or fourth catch of the game, and settling in as the top target on this team, picking up right where he left. And that's a nice, oh, why'd you jump inside? Why'd you jump inside, Josh Jacobs? There was nobody on the left. Nobody on the left. Sometimes you feel like you gotta go inside a little bit to get the blocker to engage, but he should have jumped right back out, and then that definitely would have been touchdowns. Only about 20 more yards to go. Look at this. Oh, he jumps inside. He doesn't have to, but dang it, that's twice. That's two big games by Josh Jacobs that left on the field, but it hadn't hurt us. Still first down runs, and so we're good so far. And that's a pass to Henry Ruggs, a jump ball that is incomplete. Second and 10. Sabin looking to pass the ball. Has his guy over the middle, Bryan Edwards, who drags over the middle of the field, gets a first down on that catch. First down and 10 on the 12-yard line. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. In the third quarter. Sabin looking over the middle and finds Ruggs again for about 8 yards on that play. And that's going to be second and 1 on the 3-yard line. You got to think this is Josh Jacobs' time. Or on the left there, we got Henry Ruggs, who's kind of open. Nope, they covered him well. And Sabin tries to make a play, but is inaccurate. At least he was inaccurate in a way that didn't cause an interception. Renfro could be open here. And both of those guys are wide open to the left-hand side, Renfro and Josh Jacobs. And that's Josh Jacobs doesn't get a whole lot of receiving touchdowns. That might be his first one in quite some time. That's a touchdown for Josh Jacobs. That's the second touchdown of the day. And again, just a reliable option. Josh Jacobs keeps the defense honest. They've got to account for him. He's such a good player, and it really opens up some of the things for some of those other players, Henry Ruggs, Bryan Edwards, and some of the other players. That's a nice catch by Travis Kelce, and that's a 7-yard gain. MAHOMES looking to mount a comeback. They're down 17 points in the third quarter. They need to score here if they want to stay in the game. Edwards-Helaire gets up the middle, gets the first down, fights heavy for it. He's a good runner for a little guy in this game. And he looked like he could have maybe jumped out to the outside, but he gets arm tackled by Cleveland Farrell there. Second and 6. See what the Raiders can do. They're just running right now. The Chiefs are just running the ball. They're getting the ball out of Mahomes' hands, causing us to respect the run. Maybe slow down some of that blitz. See what happens here. 3rd and 3. Can we get them off of the field? And we do. Comes up with a nice play. Mullen. Is it Mullen? I think that's his name. Yeah, Mullen. Mullen comes up and makes a nice play. You can look at the replay, but he has the option to target him on the inside of the block or the outside there, and he chooses the outside and guesses right because Edwards-Helaire was running to the sideline and makes the play in the backfield. 3-yard loss, 4th down, and the Chiefs have to punt it, and that gives the Raiders the ball with a big lead and simply need to take care of it as this third quarter begins to come to a close. The Raiders looking to finish off the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders winning 24-7 with 1 quarter to go. This will be a big win for this team, who coming into the season last year felt very disrespected. No players were on the Pro Bowl. They had the top receiver. They had the best rookie defensive player. They had the top running back, one of the top receivers, top running back. They had, we had players who should have been in the Pro Bowl that Raiders are trying to make sure that they get the respect that they deserve, And so coming out, making sure that the Super Bowl wasn't a fluke, winning this game against one of the best, believed to be one of the best teams in the NFL still, even in this year, even in 2022 for this franchise, would be a confidence booster. And that, that was almost a tip catch. 4th and 7, so the Raiders are going to have to punt the ball. Casey with a nice leg punts it and lands on the 14-yard line with that, and that's a nice punt for them considering where we were on the That's a nice pass. Nice punt. There, Max Crosby playing some coverage does get, and that's a nice, and that's the way that's supposed to go. The defense comes rushing in. They let them in to do the screen pass, and the screen pass is covered. And this is what's killing us right there. Just like always, that little short inside pass. It's a short slant or it's a short drag right over the middle that just gets you about 5 or 6 yards. There it is again. And then get some run after catch, and that either gets you the first down or, gets you the first down in 2 or 3 plays and causes you to kind of drop below. And then there it is again. Short pass on the inside, and one of these are probably going to break. All it is a broken tackle for these for these shifty, fast receivers. But what's good about that for us is the sort of bend don't break philosophy here. If they go ahead and they just keep moving the ball up, and that's a roughing the passer, that's a weak call. He barely got the ball out of his hand. He could have been faking that anyway. First and 10 on the 13. But if they're going to take a lot of time to get down the field, then that's to our benefit. Travis Kelce gets the catch. Again, short passes. That one was on the outside, but still. Looks like the middle's open. No, it isn't. Good. We got coverage over the middle. And MAHOMES. Oh, are you kidding me? So MAHOMES should have been sacked twice, and then he throws it, gets hit, and he gets the roughing the passer call. That is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's going to be probably, first and goal on the 4-yard line, and they're probably going to score a touchdown here, which is fine, man. If they score, then we'll just, that's a nice catch. I see you, Travis Kelce. They're going to score here, and we just need to, keep the ball. And there he is. There's Edwards-Helaire with the touchdown, run up the middle. And make sure we get this onside kick, because they got to go for an onside kick. Yes, you got 2 scores to get, and you have all 3 of your timeouts. So, yeah, they're going onside kick. And we need to recover that and just keep the ball. Keep the ball, and it'll be good. Cantrell's having a woe is me fest over there on the sideline. So we do get the onside kick attempt. I guess we recover the onside kick. I don't know. I guess recover is the word. And that's Josh Jacobs finally breaks one, gets some open air, and that's a first down and 10 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds and still keeping the clock ticking. This should take us down to the 2-minute warning if the Raiders are smart. Coach is getting a little upset. Quick little replay of Josh Jacobs making that run. It really is a big run. Again, puts us in the field goal range. Puts a lot of pressure on Kansas City and not a lot of pressure on us. We can take our time. We can melt the clock down, and then we're going to score if we keep the ball, at the end of this. But we can't keep doing that kind of stuff. That's a loss. And that's a play action. Ooh, and Sabin with a huge line here. Runs up and gets down to the 10-yard line, just about. And that puts the Raiders in striking distance. Josh Jacobs up the middle. And about a minute and 46 seconds left in this game. Raiders looking to pass on this play. And they do find Henry Ruggs on the short slant route from the right-hand side. And that's a nice pass. That's a nice catch. Ruggs with 2 touchdowns in this particular game to start the season. And just sits it right in the pocket there in between those 2 Chiefs defenders. It's the only place he could have thrown it. And Raider Nation have to be excited about the connection between Ruggs and Sabin. I mean, really, Derek Carr just did not, in the first season, he just did not seem like he had a pretty good connection with him. Yeah, we had Bryan Edwards really make a difference there. And it's nice to see that number 95, that's Cantrell, out there in coverage, able to make a break on the play. And that's the kind of thing we want to see. We want all of our linebackers to be able to do some coverage. And that's not a sack. That's the second time we missed. Oh my gosh. Patrick Mahomes, man, he out here just breaking sacks. There should have been 2 more sacks. And there's Edwards-Helaire. Again, the short passes, we're fine with those. 31-14. Kelsey runs, does break a tackle, stays in bounds. I mean, I'll be trying. I gotta figure out how to do that where these guys are doing these things, staying in bounds, stay on top, staying up when they're getting sacked. Although we can see a whole lot of it. Look, man, Patrick Mahomes is just chilling. Man, you can't give him that much time. First and goal. Doesn't matter. They're not going to get 17 points in 23 seconds. So the Raiders start this season with the win against the Kansas City Chiefs, letting everybody know there's a touchdown pass right over the middle. Of course, right over the middle. I think that's Callaway or something like that. But the Raiders come away with the W in this game. It's a 10-point game. They got to go for the onside kick. If they get it, then we'll start talking about the game. But if we get it, then we're just going to kill the clock. Let's just see real quick what happens. And recovery, just hold on, don't fumble. Bryan Edwards with the recovery. And yeah, that's going to be the game for the Vegas Raiders, who start out season 3 2021 this season with a W, with a win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes got to go home with this L. Hey, I wish I could say I was sorry to give it to you, but I'm not that sorry. We're not that sorry. And that's a pretty good opening game. You saw some of the potential of the defense, of the pressure of the front seven with Von Miller there, and we already were getting good pressure with Max Crosby. I'm actually a little worried. Max Crosby was doing so well on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side of the defense. And, we're now putting Von Miller over there because he's definitely better. But Crosby's faster. And I hope we don't see a big drop in Crosby. We're hoping that he can do the same thing on the left-hand side that he was doing on the right. There's Clifton Sabin with a passer rating 114, 16 for 26, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That is a solid opening day for the rookie. Josh Jacobs, 17 attempts, 81 carries, 1 touchdown, and solid day. Henry Ruggs with 9 receptions, 152, clearly still the main guy, 2 touchdowns. Bryan Edwards with some good catches. But the story is Henry Ruggs, man. Henry Ruggs and Sabin have the connection. So let's see just what that's going to look like going into this season. And I'm curious what's going to happen with Bryan Edwards too, because Bryan Edwards, was so good in that first year. Demarius Randall with the most tackles, and he's probably the unsung hero of the defense as well. The free safety who comes up and just really makes plays on the run and the pass. And there's the rookie Stamper with 4 tackles, and Von Miller with 2 sacks. Stamper with 1. So we ended up with 5 total sacks. All those were in the first quarter, basically. Then we had some in the fourth quarter that Mahomes slipped out of. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at some of the statistics here for the team. But the Raiders take out Kansas City for the opening game. We're happy about it. We're thrilled about it. We hope that you will join us for the rest of this season. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell notification. If you want to stick around for a few more minutes, we're going to do a preview. If not, I will see you when I see you. Holla. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the preview for week 2 for the 2022 regular season for the Las Vegas Raiders. Are the third year of this franchise. We will be up against the Denver Broncos. We're gonna do this very quickly. I know this video is a little bit longer than normal. So we have a quarterback. We've got to deal with the ex-Cleveland Browns quarterback. Gosh, I miss his name. What is his name? Dang it, I forgot it. But you saw it. You have to go back and look at it. It's gonna bug me now. But we're gonna go through these pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot. You know, the receivers are strong. Darren Waller's strong, but we've played Denver so many times, and so I feel like we can kind of get through this fairly quickly. The offensive line is okay, as you see that. We got 73, 78, 76. Just okay, and the defense is okay as well. Casey, the big defender, I believe, is in the secondary for Denver, and now that they don't have Von Miller, and Von Miller left the team, but they do have Bradley Chubb. Yeah, Bouye was the guy that we had to be careful about, and I believe it was one of these safeties. Yeah, Justin Simmons is a guy that we have to be worried about as well. So those are the people that we got to really be worried about for them, trying to figure out what's going to go on with the Denver Broncos. That's a quick look at that team. Again, what is the quarterback? The quarterback's name is Cleveland Browns Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is the quarterback that we're going to be dealing with them. But yeah, so that was, again, a quick little preview looking at the team that we were going to be up against. I kind of like these little stories, and I hope you guys, I like to start and end here because I want you guys to kind of look at some of these. It's kind of cool. You see the comments on the picks, and anyway, some of the kind of comments that are there. So take a look at those, enjoy those over the games. Again, make sure you like and subscribe and come back and join us. We're trying to get 1,000 likes. Hope you will join us on that journey. And I will see you when I see you. This is your boy. Peace out.